For 11 o'clock, thank you for tuning in. Now it's time to learn about the law and all these subtleties about the way the law is done. Anyway, so Vanessa, Jennings is in the studio. There was a word there. I just didn't come up with it in time, and then it was gone. Vanessa is here. The show is called Legal Lane. Vanessa is an attorney here in Ocala. Your phone calls are an important part of the show. We invite you to call in and talk to Vanessa. The number is 622-9622. Vanessa is the founder of the Jennings law firm here in Ocala at 2945 Northeast 3rd Street. You're in the northeast section on the second floor. And the phone number over there, if you want to call, is 804-0092. And we encourage you to call if you need legal help. The radio show is always fun, and we want your serious questions to be part of the show simply because we learn from them, and you will hopefully learn from them also. But nevertheless, we have fun with Vanessa because she's fun. We bonded with Vanessa sometime. I don't know, it just happened like overnight. And you're wearing green. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Do you consider yourself Irish? You got an Irish complexion.
No.
I guess that's what that means, right?
No, I'm one of those obnoxious people who say, no, I'm just American. My family's been in this country since the 1600s on all sides. So I'm like, no.
Is your DNA traceable to Ireland?
More than likely.
Yeah.
At some point. I think the red hair actually comes from France, which is odd. But that's my understanding is that segment of the redhead generation came from France.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
nice.
What about the word ginger?
Yes.
Do you like that word?
It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't affect you? Can you tell that I had red hair when I was younger?
You have like little wisps of red at the
Yeah, but when I was
ends.
younger, I was really redheaded.
So you're the redheaded accordion player?
I am, yeah. Yeah, the kid nobody liked.
Oh, that's so sad.
No. But the word ginger never came up. I was saying to Robin that ginger came from Gilligan's Island. That's because she had red hair. So now all redheads are called ginger. Do you think I'm right about this? It's my theory.
Well, isn't ginger also like a reddish, it's like a pinky redishy substance?
Yeah,
Root?
it's a spice. Yeah, yeah, it's a spice.
I don't know.
I don't either. No, I don't know. I know that like the whole South Park, gingers have no souls and we're daywalkers and all that. That's a South Park thing. And I'm still okay with that too. So I'm okay with all of it.
All right, so
I like having red hair.
The thing I showed you just a little while ago, was from this morning. Semantics in legal cases.
Yes.
Is legal interpretation determined by precedents, or is each case judged independently, where semantics may have played a role? Can you explain what this is even about?
Sure. Semantics, how something's read, how something's interpreted, what meaning is given to a particular thing, whether you're interpreting a contract, whether you're interpreting the law itself, whether you're trying to manipulate your case to fit into something. Is it a semantics battle? Is it just going to come down to the words itself? Alternatively, are you using precedent in other cases to shape your idea? And my comment when I read it was it's both. I mean,
that's what you said.
You're going to use precedents, but you're going to use semantics to weave or to show the judge that your case either is similar to this case, so they should rule in that particular way,
right,
or your case is different. Therefore, the case that they're trying to use, the precedents that's being presented, is inapplicable, and they should rule a completely different way.
Now, it's a little bit on the adult side, but the story that this comes from is a legal, like an editorial, I guess you would say. Okay. And I don't know that it was written by an attorney. That's just because I just copied and pasted that thing that I just showed you.
Okay.
That thing. But it comes from the story about the Supreme Court in Florida, the Florida Supreme Court, determining yesterday. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay. They determined yesterday that sexual intercourse, those two words, in quotes, is not just between a man and a woman. It took 3 dictionaries and 2 years. 2 years and 3 dictionaries for the Florida Supreme Court to determine that. They determined it yesterday. And the question arose during a case in which a man was charged with a third-degree felony for failing to reveal to his male partner that he was HIV positive. His lawyer argued before the state's high court in February of 2015 that Florida laws were so narrowly defined that sexual intercourse did not apply to sexual activity between same-sex partners. In other words, I guess, according to the law, if you have HIV or some disease that's sexually transmitted, you're supposed to tell the person.
Oh, yeah, it's a felony if you don't.
It's if you don't.
Yeah,
And
no, that's serious.
And so what they're saying is that he didn't have the obligation to, because his partner was a male, and men don't have sexual intercourse with each other.
Right, they were doing a semantics argument. So
Exactly,
right.
which is why this semantics thing came up.
Right, so they were doing both. I mean, so both things were being argued at the same time.
It's a very
But they
uncomfortable
established
conversation.
they established legal precedents, which is what's needed. Because in that particular case, they're saying, if sexual intercourse is, this is going to go past.
I know it
PG-13.
is.
But if they're going to say that phrase is more than a man and a woman together being intimate, because that's normally how it was defined historically.
Right.
And because you're going to go back really, really far to when they, when they were defining things like rape, where a husband couldn't rape a wife, or what it meant to be raped. Was it actual intercourse, or was it could other things do it? So I mean, it's this whole body of law that.
Oh my
what does
gosh.
it mean?
Do you have these cases, these types of cases?
Well, in family law, not so much.
Not so much. Okay.
Not so much.
Okay,
But,
okay.
but I say not so much. But I've had a case where it came up where there were two, a marriage where there were two men, and HIV did come into play, and whether or not the partner was told, didn't tell, how they presented it, and whether or not that partner committed a felony, So I mean, part of that has occurred. So. I mean,
So that walks
it's not
the
as-
line between family law and criminal law, then. You
It
have
could.
to decide how to prosecute it or defend it.
Well, no, I mean, those could be completely separate. Do you take a family law case and continue going forward and do the criminal case, or do you not do a criminal case? So that was what our particular case was about.
Oh, wow.
So getting back to the semantics specifically.
Yes.
The president, when President Clinton was president, and he was
Monica.
under the gun for Monica, yes,
Right.
he said it's the definition of what is. It depends on what your definition of is. Now, there's a real semantics issue, isn't it?
Yes.
And you were saying something about the Oxford comma.
Yes.
Okay. There was a story in
It's my best
I'm
friend.
sorry, I didn't find this story, but it's the headline said, and sometimes headlines are weird, but the headline said, police shoot man with shotgun. Okay?
Okay.
They didn't shoot, the policeman didn't have a shotgun and shoot a man, but it sounds like that, doesn't
They
it?
shot the man who had a shotgun.
Right.
That's how I interpreted it when you said it.
Really?
Yeah.
Police shoot man with shotgun.
Well, I don't presume the police to have a shotgun. I guess that's why.
Yeah, exactly. But still, it's would a comma have the Oxford comma have helped there?
No, because the Oxford comma wouldn't come into play, because the Oxford comma is used when you're breaking up a list of items. Like the example we used, I'm going to the store to buy potatoes, comma, tomatoes, comma, and cheese, period.
Okay.
That's
So
pretty
the comma
interesting.
before and is the Oxford comma. And it's always a debate whether or not an Oxford comma should be used or shouldn't be used. It's a lot of people view it as a stylistic thing, but there is now
There's a legal issue here.
millions of dollars potentially owed.
Like you were saying, tell the audience what you started to tell us off there about the dairy.
There's a case in another state way up north where people who are dairy transporters, they distribute dairy products, weren't paid overtime because there's apparently a statute that says anything that has to do with, and I don't have it in front of me to give all the items, whether they were packaging, shipping, and doing all this for agriculture, dairy, and it lists all these things. Well, it became the last part, there's a whole list of things that qualified, and the last part said shipping, for packaging, shipping, or distributing. But because it was all in one little segment, they're saying because they didn't package it and they were only distributing, they should have gotten overtime. And it's how you interpret. And when you read it, it depends on how you read it grammatically.
Isn't that interesting?
So they're saying, it comes down to a semantics argument over whether or not it's actually applicable.
And you know what that tells me? That tells me that I should never write my own contract, nor should I ever have a contract I sign that somebody else prepared without an attorney looking at it first. Because you would look at it and say, oh, there's no Oxford comma. This could mean this,
Right.
or it could mean that. But the Oxford comma makes it no question what it means, right?
Exactly. It breaks up your ideas just so there isn't any type of confusion down the road. Oxford comma, like my
That's
staff
why you get
hates
paid
it.
well.
They hate it. I'll go in every
hates
single
it?
time. My staff, I go in and I always add the Oxford comma every time there's something.
Oh, when you're
Like
editing something.
if I have them type up something for me, and if you like dictate it, you say like where the comma goes. If it doesn't go there, I get a little.
Oh my gosh. If you have a question for Vanessa, this is a fascinating topic. We kind of talk about semantics today, but don't let that stop you from calling in about your issue. If you've got something going on that you could use some legal advice on, Vanessa is here to answer your question about that. We'll take a little break and be right back. The phone number right now to call Vanessa on the air, and it won't cost you anything right now, 622-9622. We'll be right back with Vanessa.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine today and quite nice with a high of 67 to 72. Clear Friday night and chilly. Lows ranging from the mid-40s in a few woodland spots to 51 on the coast. Saturday will be gorgeous with sunshine and a warmer afternoon, high 75 to 79. Sunday mostly sunny, becoming breezy. The highs in the 70s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Coming this and every second Friday of the month at 11 a.m. is Trinity Healthcare Medical Center with your host, Dr. David Kuhn. Trinity Healthcare Medical Center is Ocala's only progressive primary care clinic. Be sure to listen in and also check their website at thcmc.com. Then call them with your questions at 512-0000. That's 512-0000. That's every second Friday at 11 a.m. for Trinity Healthcare Medical Center here on The Source WOCA.
News sure travels fast in a small town. When May's husband walks out on her, she quickly discovers she's the closest thing to a single woman for miles around, and the fellas start lining up at her door. Live on stage at Ocala Civic Theater, The Affections of May is a delightful romantic comedy playing March 16th through April 9th. Warm, witty, and full of laughs, The Affections of May is sure to make you smile. For tickets, call 352-236-2274. That's 236-2274. Or go to okalacivictheater.com.
1 in 26 individuals live with epilepsy. 400,000 of them live right here in Florida. Help spread awareness of epilepsy by attending the 2017 Epilepsy Foundation of Florida's Gainesville Walk the Talk event on Saturday, March 25th at the University of Florida. Register today at efof.org/walkthetalk.
Here is a 30-second news brief from the source WOCA. State lawmakers are weighing options to block prosecutors from seeking anything less than the death penalty in capital cases. The Florida Supreme Court ruled yesterday that sexual intercourse is not just between a man and a woman. A dog attacked a 2-year-old boy and his babysitter in Ocala yesterday. And today is St. Patrick's Day, and it is Friday, so AAA and Budweiser are offering the free Tow-to-Go program to prevent DUIs. And that is your news brief from the source.
All right, Robin and Vanessa talking about boots and bikinis. That's just, I can't think right now. My brain, I'm stuck here.
It's a diatribe.
All right, it's a diatribe. The phone lines are open if you want to call Vanessa and talk about something else. The number is 622-9622. It's St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day on a Friday, by the way, law enforcement sent out 2 different news releases indicating that...
DUI checkpoints are forthcoming.
Yes, you're so smart. Yes.
Wow.
And
It's our new favorite day of the year.
and the Tow to Go program is available for those who do not have a designated driver.
Uber it, people. Lyft. Uber or Lyft.
Tow to Go is free, and they take your car and you.
Right. Okay. Then there's that. I also just take Uber there and Lyft back, and you'll be good to go.
Well, have you ever had a case where do we tow cars away and put them in? Do we impound cars in Ocala?
Yes.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. You said that like it's all the time.
Oh,
So
I know.
where do they bring them when they impound cars in Ocala?
To the their impound lot. Are we talking about the police, or are we talking about...
I don't know. All right. So if
private.
I was out drinking tonight and
Okay.
I left my car and I got an Uber home and my car was left parked in the whole right there on the square somewhere, would they take my car away?
Probably not on the square.
Oh, okay. Well, where would they bring it if it was going to be towed?
Where there's normally well, I mean, that would be a city thing. So, but normally it's going to be, people are going to be leaving their car overnight at a private lot, and then that's going to be whatever the
okay.
sign says. They have to have a sign at each entrance, like when you pull in to a lot. There should be a sign that says like Dave's Towing. I think that's one. Dave's Towing, Eagles Towing. Those are 2 companies here in town that you'll see the signs for. They're normally white and red, and they're
Oh, so that's
Private
where they go
entrance.
is to Dave's place.
or wherever the sign says.
Gotcha,
It's
okay.
on the sign. It'll
Oh
have their
my
phone
gosh.
number and have all that contact information.
Do you ever have that happen where you need to help somebody out with they've had the car
Yeah.
for a while?
People, well, they'll leave it in a parking lot, like the parking lot that my building's in. There was a period of time where people were getting towed.
Oh,
Because they would
okay.
park it overnight and just leave, or for weeks at a time and just leave it there.
Weeks at a time.
Not even a joke. So eventually the owner had it towed, and at that point in time you have to go. There's impound fees and all that other stuff, and you have to negotiate.
See,
with
the
them.
whole idea of the parking meter was supposed to be so that you couldn't hog a space. You'd have to go back out there with a quarter or whatever. Either that or find a more permanent parking space. And that way you're forced to get out. But now, with your phone in your office, you can continually pay the meter and literally have a parking space for the whole day.
If you want to pay a quarter for half an hour, absolutely.
Right? Isn't that what you can do now? You can, but I mean, you don't have to get out of your desk. You can just pay it on your phone. Just keep paying it.
Yeah, but for speaking about downtown, I do believe their idea was to move everybody to the parking garage where it's free.
Yeah, I love the parking garage.
I think that was the idea. Except wherever I use the meters, it's nowhere near the parking garage. So I'm like, I'm not walking that far.
Yeah, I like the meters. I don't have a problem with
Are
them
you
because
okay
I'm
with-
usually not there 8 hours,
Yeah. We never are.
No.
Well, light up Ocala days we are.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Here.
Once a year we'll be parked there for that long. The phone line is open if you want to call. We got about 5 minutes left, so call right now because usually a legal question takes longer than a few minutes to answer. It's from what we've observed. Any St. Patrick's Day plans?
Absolutely not.
Do you anticipate any St. Patrick's Day lawsuits?
Oh, I'm filing a lawsuit later today, so yes, there will be a St. Patrick's
No, but I
Day
mean related to St. Like somebody's going to go out tonight and
Oh, I'm sure.
get in a fight,
There'll be something.
and they'll come to you.
When you
Well, I hope so.
when you file lawsuits, do you appear before the judge for that without your clients, and that's how you do it, or how
Oh,
do
no,
you
that's
do that?
done from the comfort of my home
Oh.
on the couch
Uh-huh.
in pajamas, and it's all electronic nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Because I normally do filing of big like my civil lawsuits. Those are normally done at night.
And where do they go? Which
They go.
office?
They go. What do you mean?
Do they go to the clerk of the courts, or do they go directly to the judge? Or?
They go to. Well, it goes to Tallahassee
Oh,
theoretically. So
Oh.
we're supposedly told, and then it goes straight down to your clerk of the court here in Marion County. Like it's all instantaneous. It's
how come it goes to Tallahassee first and not right here
'Cause-
first?
that's the website.
Oh, I
Website's
see.
hosted there, so it goes there. Comes back and it shoots it down to whatever county you filed it in.
And then what happens then? Do they notify you, or?
No, they notify the clerk of the court that there's a new case that's been filed, and then the clerks do whatever magic that they do. They pull the documents, I guess, offline and put them on the docket. I have no idea what they do. It's a magic.
It's an amazing network of people that handles the legal things.
Yep, no, and the clerk's office is amazing here in our county. So they go and they'll pull it off the docket, they'll assign you a judge, and they do all that fun stuff. And then at that point in time, the system, once a judge is assigned, I do believe, gets a courtesy copy of it, or just sees a case has been filed. I don't know if they pull it. I don't know what they do.
And how
Every
long
judge is
does that
different.
take between the time you file it to the time you're actually appearing before the judge?
Oh, that could be years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
There's, I believe, a couple cases, especially like an auto accident case, like if it's a personal injury case, you can file that, and you can never go before a judge. You can, there could be like, because sometimes you're, if you're the plaintiff's attorney, your client's still treating, they're still going through the entire process. You filed to preserve your statute of limitations, but
Oh, okay.
the
So you
case
got to
doesn't go
wait
away.
till they're done with their rehabilitation and all that stuff?
you don't
before
have to, no, because sometimes that's going to be lifelong and ongoing. But for some cases, it's in your best interest.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize it took that long.
Yeah, that's amazing. Really. Do you have an office like with a wall full of books? Like I always see these
Yes.
ads. Do you have that wall full of books?
Yes.
Do you know you can put that whole wall full of books on a thumb drive?
Yeah, they're all on a thumb drive.
But that wouldn't be a good photo op, would it? To pose in front of your thumb drive.
Right, our book, but ours isn't a full wall. They're actually in smaller carousels. They're like smaller bookcases
Oh, okay.
throughout the entire firm. We just broke them up.
Oh, that makes it really nice.
At one point in time, in my old office, it was a whole wall.
Do you
full
have
of
a
books.
full page ad in the Yellow Pages?
I have 0 ad in set Yellow Pages.
It's just in the attorney section of the Yellow Pages. Do they still even print Yellow Pages?
They do. I actually got a copy delivered to our office about a month ago.
Okay.
And I was shocked. I go, oh my goodness, it still exists.
So did you look at the attorney section? They have most attorneys have gigantic ads.
It's like the funeral section. That's the other big section.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
all full-size ads and half-page ads, and funeral directors and lawyers, they'll get you.
Do you do job shadowing? Like if the seniors in high school, if they feel they might want to embark on a career as an attorney, do you allow the schools to have their students come in and they job shadow you and in your clerks and things?
I've had CF students who doing their internship. I've had high school student ask, but it never followed through. And I've had a couple students from UF who are in law school who wanted to do an internship.
That must be interesting on your end to see fresh perspectives and points of view from someone who's just learning and just coming on board.
No, the person from the law school cried a lot.
Oh,
This is not what I got into.
really? Oh, they didn't realize it was that much work?
Welcome to law. No, because the study of law is completely different than the practice of law.
Oh, okay.
One's theoretical and all you're in your head, and you have time to develop it. And the other one, you have crying clients on the other end of the phone who are yelling.
Oh, my gosh.
Whenever we read the news, there's always a change. Like this morning, this change from the Supreme Court. The president right now is making all kinds of changes to law. We don't know if we're going to get in trouble for not buying health insurance now. We don't know. It's like, how do you as an attorney keep up with it all? It's changing every single day, seems like.
Well, that's why we have continuing education, and we have our yearly updates that give you a brief of what has changed in your state and in your practices of law.
Well, enjoy St. Patrick's Day
Thank you. You too.
and your weekend. We're going to do a St. Patrick's show for some older folks
Yes,
today.
we are.
Yay!
Yeah. Vanessa's number at the Jennings Law Firm is 804-0092. Give Vanessa a call if you have a legal circumstance, family law, an accident, anything. Call Vanessa and have a chat, and you'll find out if she will be the attorney to work with you. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be right back.
This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.